Hey, welcome back, guys. Thank you guys so much for subscribing and joining me as I drop another video that'll give you some information that'll help you out with your life insurance buying process. Today, we'll actually be speaking about the importance of having a personal life insurance policy compared to only depending on an employer-based policy. So you may have, a family member or friend that you may reach out to, about getting some life insurance, and they might tell you something like, hey, I really don't need that because my job provides it. They got me good, and from my experience, I would tell you that having employer-based life insurance is cool. Like if your employer provides that, then, that's a good employer that cares about you. However, 9 times out of 10, your employer is not going to provide the adequate amount of life insurance unless you work in a serious, like a high level profession. Maybe you are you're a vice president of a company or a CEO or something like that. That's the only way you're really going to get a high amount of life insurance. Usually a company is going to give you maybe $20,000, maybe $50,000, which is more than enough to cover a funeral and some small debts. But if you have a family that depends on you, if you have a mortgage in your name, $50,000 is really not going to do nothing for you, right? So I want to speak on the 3 reasons why it's not good, to just depend on employer-based life insurance, right? Number 1, you'll lose it if you get fired. Number 2, you lose it if you quit. Number 3, you lose it if you get laid off, right? If you get fired, if you quit, you get laid off. That life insurance does not follow you. It stays with your employer. So, from my experience, I had a client who was 68 years old. She worked for some company where they gave her a $250,000 life insurance policy, right? She ended up getting laid off. I think she was maybe 64, 65. And she got a severance package, but that package did not include a life insurance policy that would stay, on her after she got laid off, right? So for her to be 68, right, do you think that, she can go out? Do you think her chances of getting a personal life insurance policy for $250,000 are high? It's not, because when you're older, there are more limitations on, how much coverage you can get, especially if you're, if you have medical conditions. So for her, in her situation, she had to settle for getting a $25,000 policy, right? So she went from having a $250,000 policy with her company to having a $25,000 policy. Now for her, luckily, she really doesn't have any debt. All of her kids are grown, but, she still, she might not have told me, but of course she still would want to give a $250,000 versus $25,000 to her, her grandchildren. So like I said, it is very important to have your own personal life insurance policy. Never just depend on an employer. Get it while you're young, because if you wait, right, a lot of stuff happened, especially, during this COVID season. We saw a lot of people lose jobs. Right, so just do not depend on an employer. Also, like I said, 9 times out of 10, they are not going to give you the adequate amount of coverage. Always, always, always depend on your own personal insurance, because no matter where you work, even if you go unemployed, that policy will still be there for you as long as you pay it. So I thank you guys so much for joining me again. Please like this video. Please subscribe to my channel. If you have any questions, please drop them in the comments below, and I would love to answer them for you. And also, our information will be in the comments as well. So if you're looking for life insurance and you are in one of the 11 states that we serve, we'll be glad to help you out. Thank you guys so much.